Richician!
Hey YouTube, Richician 84 here, and I'm profiling my Lightrays. A deck that I wanted to make for a while, but finally managed it 2 years ago. I just like the concept, a series of light counterparts of monsters. Like, we've seen so much of the dark counterparts, but now it's time for the light to shine. This is an archetype that I really do hope gets more support in the future, because there's only 6 members at the time of recording, and they came up 10 years ago. We got 5 of them in Galactic Overlord and 1 in Return of the Duelist, and then they seem to have been long forgotten about. Of course, that being said, I myself am only playing 4 out of 6 of the members. Like, I don't play Gearfried because it's a Dark Bribe on legs, and I hate Dark Bribes on legs. Like, I refuse to use them. Whereas Aquamador's too defensive, really. This was what I made. I'm sure someone else has played it this way, but here we go. So to start things off, I'm playing 3 copies of Lightray Diabolos. It can't be normal summoned or set, and it must first be special summoned from my hand by having 5 or more light monsters with different names in my graveyard. And once per turn, I can banish a light monster from my graveyard to target a set card the opponent controls, reveal it, and I can make the opponent put it on the top or the bottom of the deck. Next is maybe the easiest of them to bring out, in terms of the high level ones, Lightray Daedalus. Can't be normal summoned or set, and it must be special summoned from my hand by having 4 or more light monsters in my graveyard, and can't be special summoned by other ways. So very nice and easy, and has a cool effect as well. Once per turn I can target a field spell and 2 other cards on the field and destroy them. Next, I play 3 copies of a Lightray Sorcerer, probably the most tricky one to bring out, but it can be done. And it can't be normal summoned or set, and it must be special summoned from my hand, while I have 3 or more banished light monsters, and can't be special summoned by other ways. And once per turn, I can target one of my banished light monsters and a face-up monster on the field. I return the first target to my deck and then banish the second target, but it can't attack in the same turn. And the last Lightray monster, of course, is 3 copies of Lightray Grepher. I can special summon it from my hand by discarding a level 5 or higher light monster, and once per turn I can discard a light to banish a light from my deck. So it helps set up for, well, basically any of these guys really, mainly Sorcerer. Now, just like my Legendary Knights deck, I am having to play Light Swarms in my deck, even though I'm not really the biggest fan of them nowadays, but I kind of have to play them, otherwise the deck just doesn't work. So 2 copies of Jane, 3 copies of Raiden, 2 copies of Lila, and 2 copies of Lumina. And then, just because I can, I'm playing a single copy of Judgment Dragon, which, you know, it is possible to bring out. I don't play a lot of Light Sworn monsters, but it's fine. I've got 4 different ones in the main deck here, and 3 different ones in the extra deck. I'm pretty sure you know what they are, but I'll get to that later. And then of course I play 2 copies of Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, one of the few monsters in the main deck that's not a light. So it's very easy to bring out, it's just a 3k beat stick to get out onto the field just like that and do whatever with him. Then 2 copies of Honest, again because it's a light deck, so that's a no-brainer. 2 copies of Necro Gardener for negating attacks. Card Trooper for filling up the graveyard with lights, and 2 copies of this card to do the same thing. Magical Merchant, a classic card from the days of old. This is also here to mill light monsters to the graveyard if I can, and it's also a light, which helps me a lot. And that's it for the monsters. On with the spells. For the spells, I have 3 copies of Realm of Light, a Light Sworn support card that doesn't even see play, although Gamer Central apparently plays it in his Light Sworn / Chaos Dragon deck. But this is mainly here to basically use with Lightray Daedalus. For those who don't know what it does, each time a card is sent from my deck to the graveyard, or cards, it gets a shine counter on this card. And all Light Swarm monsters gain 100 attack points for each shine counter on it, and if this card would be destroyed by a card effect, I can remove 2 shine counters instead. Which is why it's really good with Lightray Daedalus. So if I can get 2 or more on here, then bring out Daedalus, I can target Realm of Light and 2 of the opponent's cards, and it'll only be the opponent's cards that get destroyed, while I can save Realm of Light. Brilliant combo. Then Rota, because there are a few warriors in here. And 2 copies of Soul Release, one of my love-hate cards. Mainly I don't like it when it's used on me to banish monsters from my graveyard, which is so annoying, but the only reason I play it is because of Lightray Daedalus. I only use it to banish 3 light monsters from the grave. Wait, no, not Daedalus, Sorcerer, Lightray Sorcerer. That's the only reason I play it. Banish 3 lights to set up for it. Although, I can banish a monster I hate in the opponent's graveyard if I really want to, just so I don't have to deal with it anymore. Then, Foolish Burial, Monster Reincarnation, Brigeki, and Twin Twisters. Alright, on with the traps. I've got 2 copies of Breakthrough Skill, which I play instead of Fiendish Chain, Solemn Strike and Imperm, because at least if Breakthrough Skill goes to the graveyard, it has its secondary effect of just negating a face-up monster's effects on the opponent's side. Then Mirror Force and Storming Mirror Force, because why not? And now for the extra deck. I've got Star Eater, because obviously I am playing Tuna monsters in here. So I can basically make it with Raiden and Daedalus or Diabolos if I wanted to. Why not? Well, there's also Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Trees, which I can use by tuning Raiden to my Sorcerer. Very handy if I've used Sorcerer's effect, and because, since it can't attack anyway, I'll just use this as a synchro material. Then Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend, Stardust Dragon, Stardust Spark Dragon. That's my 11, 10 and 8. 7s include Michael, the Arc Light Sworn, Black Rose Dragon, Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. That's it for synchros. Exceeses consist of the Utopia package, and Honor Arc, Castell, and finally Minerva. I was setting up my graveyard some more and hopefully popping cards. And there's only 2 link monsters in here, one of which is Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion. Don't know why this is a warrior. Looks more like a fairy or a spellcaster. Never mind. And finally, Hip Hoshingen, just because I can, really. And yeah, that is it for the Lightray deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and a comment, share and subscribe already. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it can brick, sometimes it can go off and do some great things. Might be fun to actually pit this against my Legendary Knight deck, actually, considering they're quite similar. They're 2 of the few decks that are more than 40 cards. They both have Lightsworn cards in them, so could be interesting. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.